Hey guys, it's Sarah. Today we have a book haul. It's been a while since I've had one actually. I didn't have one for October. Look at me. I made up for that. So it's fine. Everything's fine. I have a couple from publishers. I have a handful that I just randomly bought. And then I 100% made a Black Friday book outlet order. They had a really good sale, guys. There's one book that pushed me to make an order, so I'll share that one at the end. That just kind of sparked that whole ordering process, but it's fine. Let's go. Okay, the first one I got from a publisher, I completely forgot that I was supposed to get a finished copy of this book, and then it showed up, and I was like, oh yeah. Because it was a while ago that I had this email correspondence with the publisher about this one. So it's been a while, and I just, things have been happening and I've been forgetting stuff. But I got Murtaugh by Christopher Paolini. So this is his newest book that has come out following the Aragon series, and it came out in November. Actually November 7th. And I was like I was even setting up the table at work for this book. And I forgot that I was supposed to get it from the publisher. So when it came a couple days later. I was like, oh yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. Now, have I read Aragon? No, it's fine. I do plan to read Aragon next year. Like that's going to be one of my priority books, I think. So I definitely want to read the Aragon series, and then this will be the 5th one, I believe, from what I'm understanding. There is also a new illustrated edition of Aragon that just came out, which is really cool, same day that this one did. So that was really neat. That one looks beautiful. But yeah, so dragons all over it. Now this one came to me from Simon & Schuster, and this was a complete surprise. I was not contacted about this at all. Nothing. It just showed up, and I was like, interesting. UFO by Garrett M. Graff, who wrote The Only Plane in the Sky, which is the oral history of 9/11 that I read. That is one of the best nonfiction books I've ever read in my entire life. And he has written quite a few. So he is like a journalistic writer. He has actually won, I think, or he was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize for Watergate. He wrote a book about Watergate that was really popular. And yeah, so he writes about like kind of some big things. And this one is the inside story of the U.S. government's search for alien life here and out there. So that's very, very interesting, especially with the creation of Space Force now. Very interesting with like, what's going to happen. I think my husband would really like this too. So maybe this could be a book that I could get him to read as well. He's not a big reader, but this would actually kind of like have to do a little bit with work for him. He's not in Space Force or anything like that, but he knows a little bit about it for sure. So yeah, but very interesting. Like I didn't even know this was coming out, and it just showed up, and I was like, I'm not mad about this. So we'll see. Yeah. So huge thanks to the publishers for those two. Okay. Everything else I bought. Let's just get these two out of the way. You know that I bought both of these. You know that I bought the 4th Ring Special Edition. You know that I bought Iron Flame. I'm currently reading it. I'm a little more than halfway through, and I'm obsessed, and I am tabbing the crap out of this book. I am doing a reading vlog for this, so that will be coming up as soon as I'm finished with it. But yeah, 100%. Both of these extra chapters in here, loved them. I read the extra chapters before I read this, but yeah, love. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. They're stunning. I'm obsessed. I bought these. I did. Okay, I also grabbed at work Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. This is one that has been on my list for a while, and it came up as one of our monthly picks at Barnes & Noble. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. It is a beautiful paperback. The hardcover is also stunning, and it's like a printed hardcover, which I love. Although now it's out in paperback. This is all we have at work, but yeah, I've always been interested in this. I'm very intrigued, and I just figured, why not? Why not? And I love the purple. Oh, it's so pretty. Like it's a gorgeous book. So yeah, this is a fantasy book, and I've heard really good things. So, okay. And then at work, I also got the Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. This is the Barnes & Noble Book of the Year that was just announced. And the Book of the Year is something that is nominated and voted on by Barnes & Noble booksellers across the country. So booksellers can nominate any book they want as long as it was released in 2023. And then they release the top, I want to say 20, maybe. And voting goes from there. And they have finalists. We had like a whole display about all the finalists and stuff. And then they announced the winner, which was the Heaven and Earth grocery store. So I definitely picked it up. I have been very intrigued by this book ever since it came out. The cover just was screaming to me. Every time I saw it, I was like, man, I feel like I need to read that. And I always wanted it. And when it won, I was like, okay, this is my sign. I'm getting this book because booksellers are saying, this is it. So yeah, I went ahead and grabbed this one. And another one that I just grabbed is Combat Codes. This is by Alexander Darwin. This is a sci-fi book that has been getting a lot of buzz from people who read a lot of sci-fi fantasy and getting really good reviews from people who read a lot of sci-fi fantasy. And I'm definitely wanting to read more sci-fi. Fantasy has definitely become, like, I'm going to start being comfortable saying like fantasy is my favorite genre. Especially with what I've been picking up lately. And I haven't loved every sci-fi book that I picked up, but the ones that I've been picking up, I have been really enjoying. And this is one that I'm just hearing really, really good things about. So I was like, I might as well just grab it. So I did. I know I'm being vague on synopsis. I'm trying to be that way now, though. I'm not even looking into it a whole lot myself because I kind of want to go in a little bit more blind to my books and I don't want to give away too much. So sorry if it's vague, but that's just kind of how I'm treating my own reading. And then I got my fourth and final secret project book from Brandon Sanderson. I got The Sunlit Man, and this one is, hello, black sprayed edges. Nice. I did not even know that was going to be a thing. These are printed, leather bound, like gorgeous. It's got some gold on it. These books are absolutely stunning. And to see them on the shelves together, oh my gosh, so pretty. You guys, what is that? I love it. It's got gorgeous artwork in here. Like that's the chapter header there. And then there are full page illustrations in here as well. Let me see if I can find one for you real quick. But are you kidding me? These books are so special. I'm so happy that I bought into the Kickstarter for this because they are just stunning. I love them. I love them. Have I read any of them? No, but they look beautiful on my shelves and I definitely want to. Get into these books. So I'm just no regrets. I'm so happy that I bought these and that they are going to remain a very special part of my book collection. So yeah. Okay, let's talk about Book Outlet. Now, I was reading a book recently, and it was the first book in a series, and I knew I was getting to a point where I said, okay, I know I want to read the next book because there is a follow-up book to it. And I started looking around, and I was like, I wonder if Book Outlet has it. I feel like they do. And I get on there, and sure enough, it's there. And sure enough, they already had their Black Friday sale going, which was $5.99 on fiction. Adult fiction books were $5.99. I was like, yeah, so that's happening. I'll show you that one at the end. And obviously, if you spend $35, you get free shipping. So obviously I had to get my cart to $35, which is exactly what I did. So I made a Book Outlet order. I bought 8 books. It's fine. Okay. Here's the first one. The Merciless Ones by Namina Forna. I have not read the first book in this series, which is called The Gilded Ones. It is a young adult fantasy, but this gets really, really, really high ratings on Goodreads, both of these books. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give these a shot. And I know that I want to read the first one for sure. And I was like, I might as well just get the second one in hardcover because I have the first one in hardcover and it was $5.99. Like, you guys, there's no reason not to, right? And those covers are stunning. The first one is stunning as well. So yeah. And then I grabbed As Good as Dead. This is by Holly Jackson. This is the third book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I have the first 2, read the first one, really liked it a lot. Definitely want to read the other 2. So I have number 2. Now I have number 3 ready to go. Okay, and then I got All the Lonely People by Mike Gale. Very excited for this one as well. This it gets really high praise from a lot of people who have read it, and it follows kind of a little bit of a grumpy old man. Yes, please. But yeah, I've heard very good things. It's been on my radar for quite a while, so good price. Had to do it. And then I grabbed a novella compilation from the Skyward series by Brandon Sanderson and Jancy Patterson. This is Skyward Flight, so it has 3 of the novellas from the Skyward series in here. And once I get into the Skyward series, have I read any Skyward? Nope, it's fine. Do I have all of them? All except the 4th one that just came out, because I'm going to wait for paperback on that one. But yeah, no. It's fine. But when I'm ready for them, they're here. It's Brandon Sanderson, so I'll read it eventually. And then I grabbed Light Lark. This is by Alex Astor. I have seen this going around a whole lot. And book number 2 just came out, actually. And so now the paperback is being pushed, but I grabbed the hardcover on Book Outlet. This has an island where every 100 years, leaders and rulers of different kingdoms come together and they participate in a deadly game. That's all I needed. Yes, please. Then I got The Kaiju Preservation Society by John Scalzi. This is it time travel? Or it's definitely interdimensional travel somehow. I don't know if it's parallel or if it's time travel, back in time, but there's dinosaurs in here, and yes, please. This is one that I grabbed because I love the cover, and I was like, I don't know. I've heard mixed things though, so I'm a little bit nervous about this one, but I went ahead and grabbed Kitchen Front by Jennifer Ryan. This is a historical fiction that involves following women who are participating in a cooking competition. I don't know if it's televised or not, but during the war, and they're like, I think it's kind of a morale type thing. That's all I really know. And I've just heard mixed things, so we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with this one. But $5.99 for this gorgeous hardback, and it's been on my radar for a while as being interested in it. But yeah. Okay, and last but not least, because it's the entire reason I put in a Book Outlet order, I got A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. This is the 2nd book that follows The Priory of the Orange Tree, which I just read and really, really enjoyed. Now, this is set earlier than, it's set in the same world, but it's set way earlier, I think like centuries earlier than The Priory is set. So same world, just different time period. And can we even with these dragons? They're so pretty. Huge hardcover. This is $35 at my store. $35. I got it for $5.99. I can't. I could not pass that up, right? So, yep. The entire reason I made the order, very happy about that. Very happy I read Priory of the Orange Tree and loved it to the point where I wanted to get this one, and I got it for a great price. So, I'm very happy about this. Okay. That was a nicely sized book haul. I didn't have one for October, but I definitely have one for November. And let me know your thoughts down below. And yeah, that's going to be it for me today. So I'm going to get reading. All right. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.